Hey guys, and welcome back to the Nerd Cave for my August 2024 pickups video. It's been a while since I've done a video. July and August have been kind of crazy. I think the last video I made was my July pickups video, so I didn't even get a chance to do a kind of a what I watched in July video like I've been trying to do. So I think I'm going to start incorporating those, what I watched in the month of video during my pickups video. I think it's just easier that way. Um, so for this one, it's gonna be a little bit of a bonus of what I watched in July and August. Little spoilers: I didn't watch much. Um, End of the summer, it's kind of busy, vacation, stuff like that. So, and I think I'm gonna start tracking what I watch on streaming as well, because sometimes I get caught up with that and not factor that in. So let's, I guess, jump into it. Not a lot for the month. Just a few titles. Like I said in prior videos, I've been very picky in what I've been getting. There's been some conventions, so I've been kind of mindful of what I've been spending and stuff like that. So I anticipate that I will continue this trend. So I don't know, like, if I'm gonna have these huge hauls that often, but when I do, I'll clearly highlight those. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I guess it all really depends on what the release month looks like and what I really want to put into the collection or add to the collection. So, just to start with, three of these are Walmart, so we'll jump in. I'm sorry, Amazon, so we'll jump in with those first. So first up from Amazon is Looney Tunes Collector's Choice Volume 2. This has been on my list for a while because I have Volume 1, which was pretty cheap, and the price on this went down, so I picked it up. Haven't watched it yet. I grew up watching Looney Tunes. I grew up, watching a ton of cartoons in the 80s, He-Man, Thundercats, stuff like that. And on the weekends, the last set of cartoons that always played were the old school Looney Tunes. So I love Looney Tunes, watch Looney Tunes. Tiny Toons debuted on Fox when I was like 10, 11. So really into that stuff. So got this for the collection for a couple bucks. Happy to have it. Next up, I think this was on sale. I don't remember what the sale was. How I saw this, I don't know if there was like a particular sale going on, but this was fairly cheap, and it's a 4K of Hancock. I enjoyed this movie. I don't have this on any other format, I don't believe. So this is a new addition to the collection, but I've seen this a bunch. No slip. I don't even know. I'm not sure when the 4K came out. 2016? Is that even right? I don't know, but were 4Ks a thing in 2016? 2016. That's what it says. Anyway, so Hancock. Nothing, crazy about that. I just enjoyed the movie. Next up was something that I've heard mixed things about. It was in and out of the theater pretty quickly. I picked it up and I really enjoyed it. And it's Abigail. If you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it, but I think at this point everyone knows kind of what the deal with this movie is. A little bit about the movie here. I don't know if there were special features. I forget. Oh, deleted scenes, extended scenes, blah, blah, blah. Ballerina Vampire. There you go. There's a spoiler. Okay, so these are my pickups from Amazon. All right, so next up are some pickups from Walmart. If Walmart did not release these, then those three movies I got from Amazon probably would have been it for my pickups. For new pickups. But luckily, Walmart has released their horror kind of Halloween movies. A ton of their DVDs with I think it was like the orange glow in the dark slipcases. I believe they're glow in the dark. I don't need any of those. I don't really want to collect those DVDs when I can get the 4Ks, or I have the 4Ks on a lot of those already, or Blu-rays. But they did have a number of steelbooks that were pretty awesome, Blu-ray steelbooks. So I picked 4 of them up. First up is You're Next. Oh, and I do want to add that all 4 of these are new to the collection. These are not upgrades to anything. So You're Next, I've not even seen this, believe it or not, and I've always heard really good things about it. I've just never had a chance to see it. So super excited. I will be watching this hopefully soon. Here's a little bit about the movie and some of the special features. The spine, and here's the top. Next up is the 2013, I believe, Texas Chainsaw. I saw this in the theater, but I believe, yeah, it was in 3D. It's okay. It was I mean, it's no Next Generation. Or I've heard Leatherface is really bad, and Leatherface was one of these that I chose not to get. The other, I think, was Hannibal Rising, or the ones I didn't pick up. I'm not sure if there was another one or not that I didn't get, but Texas Chainsaw was kind of crappy, but then the Netflix one came out, so I want to revisit Texas Chainsaw. This was just one of the early examples of them just trying to retcon the continuity. I think this was supposed to be like a sequel, direct sequel to the first one, just like the Netflix one was. So I will revisit it, but again, I don't remember hating it. Ton of special features here. Spine, and there's the top, which I kind of like that they do that. It looks kind of cool. Next up is, believe it or not, another one I've never seen, and it's Sinister. And I know there's a sequel and everything. I just haven't seen these, so I saw this, thought it was a good opportunity to get this. I thought the cover, I like how they all kind of have that same theme. I thought this one looked pretty good. I know about the movie. I know what happens. I've read about it. I just haven't seen it. So. And last up is one that I think is a new Blu-ray release to the US. I think they only had a DVD before this, and it's Wolf Creek. I saw this years ago, bits and pieces. So I remember the ending was pretty screwed up, if I recall, but I am excited to revisit this. So a little bit about the movie and some of the special features. Here we go. Here are my Walmart horror steelbook pickups. Oh, there we go. It's kind of like how they do this with the not that I'll ever kind of keep it like this on the shelf, but still think it looks pretty good. All right, so I either already have a video out or I'm getting a video out, depending on when I post this, of some convention pickups. But just wanted to show you some of the physical media that I picked up. So I went to a Monster Mania, and I probably talked about this on that video, which I haven't recorded yet, but I think, like I said, I think that will come up before this. I went to Monster Mania, and I did not buy any physical media, and that's the first time that that's happened in forever, I think. Vinegar Syndrome was there, but I just ordered a bunch from Vinegar Syndrome during their halfway to Black Friday sale, and I think their subscriber week sale. So I was kind of just exhausted with Vinegar Syndrome. I didn't really need anything. The one thing I wanted, I think, was Little Darlings, and they didn't have it, so I just didn't get it. I always feel obligated to. The guy who works there is always at the conventions. He's cool, and we always have a little chat, and then I pick something up, but I just didn't get anything. Same thing with Diabolic DVD. I usually pick something up. There was a box set of something, and I can't remember at this time like what it was, but they only had one, and it was sold pretty quickly. Oh, what was it? Was it a box set, or was it like a special edition of something? It's escaping me now. It was one of those things where I was kind of glad it got sold out pretty quickly. They have them on their site, he said. But when it's there in person, like I bought the Phantasm set there, that special edition with the sphere, which I always wanted. And this was something kind of similar to that. But I didn't want to spend. It was over $100, so I was kind of glad that it was sold out. Anyway, so I didn't get anything from Monster Mania. Then I went to New Jersey Horror Con, and it looked like I wasn't going to get anything there either in terms of physical media. And then I ran into some guy selling a ton of VHS. So I had to get some stuff for the VHS wall. So let me show you those now. First up is the CBS Fox video release, which is important, of Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers. So this is like the original release. A little beat up, but that's okay. I'm not going to grade this, which I still think is ridiculous. I just want it for my VHS wall, which I will, if you remember that, I'll show you. It's right there. And there are some items missing, so had to get that. Sorry, what a mess. Anyway, Halloween 4 for the wall. Next up is, so I have Halloween 5 already. I have two versions of the original Halloween, Halloween 2, Halloween 5, and that's it. So I definitely needed a couple. So Halloween 4 I definitely needed. Halloween Curse of Michael Myers I was able to pick up as well. Again, a little beat up, but I don't care. Next up was H2O. Pretty decent condition. I will need Resurrection. And I guess that is it for VHS. I don't think the Rob Zombies came out in VHS. I think VHS was done at that point. Next up is To Die For 2, which I thought I had the first one, but in looking at my wall, I don't, which is fine. It's one of those just like cheesy late 80s, early 90s vampire movies. Kind of in the vein of Understudy, if anyone remembers that. I mean, I'm sorry, Graveyard Shift, not the Stephen King Graveyard Shift, the other one. It's a vampire movie. I have that on the wall. And it's another one where I only have the second one. I thought I had the first one. You know what it is? I have the first To Die For. Here it is. I knew it. I knew I had it. I had the first one as it's one of those like bootlegs. Not that I advocate for bootlegs, but it was one of the bootlegs I got years ago from a convention. I knew I had it. Next up, the guy recommended this one. He said it was pretty good. Have not watched it yet. It's a Vestron video release of Too Scared to Scream. Pause that. Oh, my thumb. And last up, there was a Revenge of the Nerds reunion there at the New Jersey Horror Con, and I very easily could have just bought a poster and spent a shit ton of money on all the people that were there. There were about like 4 or 5, 6 maybe stars from the movie. Pretty much everyone but Anthony Edwards and Marcy's husband from, what's his name? I can't remember the actor's name. For Married with Children. Anyway, everyone but them were pretty much there. Didn't do it. Trying to save money. So, but the guy did have a Revenge of the Nerds 2, Nerds in Paradise VHS. And I will be honest with you. Oh, another CBS Fox. I enjoy this more than the first one. I think it's just another one of those scenarios where that was on HBO all the time when I was a kid, and that's one that I always watched. So I have a special place in my heart for that one. And so here are the pickups from my horror movie conventions. All right, like I said, I'm going to now talk about what I watched in the month of July and August, since I never did July. And I guess I'm going to try to do it in the order in which I watched it. First up, though, I don't know if this counts, but I went to see Back to the Future the musical in July, which was awesome. I was afraid I didn't know what how I was gonna feel about it. I love Back to the Future. The first part of it is a little slow, but the effects are really awesome. The second half of the musical is great. So I would definitely recommend it. But here's the playbill for it, and a bottle of water that I got, which I'm now gonna have to keep forever and ever. So not sure if that counts, but to me it does. So to my channel, it counts. And I'll just kind of show this off now. I did watch this. I watched it like immediately. I think there might be a DVD. It's definitely not on Blu-ray. I'm pretty sure it's not on Blu-ray. I feel like the DVD is stupid expensive. I could be wrong. But I'm happy with the VHS for now. All right, so here are some of the things I watched. First up for July. Of course, I have to watch Independence Day. I do that every year. Watched it on 4K. Equalizer. First Equalizer. I watched these way out of order. I watched Equalizer 2 first. Then I recently watched The Equalizer. And then on streaming, I watched The Equalizer 3. So yeah, pretty good series. Next up, my kids love the Scream franchise. They felt like watching Scream, so they watched, and I watched with them a little bit, Scream 4. So I had to pull this out because I don't have an individual release of that. They also wanted to watch Scream 2. I finally cracked open the 4K and watched that, which some parts skip. I don't know if it's my 4K player or not, or just the movie. Kind of annoying. I went to see Alien Romulus, which, you know what, I'll pull this out now since I said that. I went to see Alien Romulus, and of course, the new thing that everyone's getting are these popcorn buckets. So I got this one. Popcorn opens up here. I don't feel like doing that, but I really wanted this one, the alien head. There we go. Much better. Pretty chintzy in terms of, you know, just plastic, obviously, but still looks really cool. It says Alien Romulus underneath and looks extremely phallic. So, yeah. What a mess this video is turning out to be. So, yeah, got that. So I saw Alien Romulus. So before seeing Alien Romulus, which, as you all know, takes place in between Alien and Aliens, I think 20 years after Alien, I watched Alien. And I watched it with my daughter, who actually really liked the movie. So I watched that on 4K. 4K looks great on that. I finally got around to watching that, and it looked great. Then, for some reason, they randomly wanted to watch Karate Kid. So we watched Karate Kid on 4K. This looks great on 4K as well. I believe I had the original release on 4K, and I think I either sold it or it's on my to sell list for eBay because I ended up getting the box set. So I watched the one from the box set. And last up, like bordering on the you know, midnight. So this could either go until August or September. Oh, I guess August was like here. Anyway, I'm going to count this for August because I think we started the movie in August and it ended by September. And it's Silver Bullet. I wanted to watch a movie with my kids, like a horror movie that I thought would be appropriate. Yes, they've seen Scream, but my threshold is nudity and sex, and I will not let them watch anything like that, like I did as a child, which unfortunately takes out a lot of stuff. I would love for them to see Nightmare on Elm Street, but it's too awkward as a father, and knowing what's in some of these, I can't just give it to them. Same thing with Friday the 13th, especially Part 5. But Silver Bullet might as well be rated G. It's great. and they were scared, and it was a good intro. So if anyone is wondering what is a good intro movie for kids, I would highly recommend Silver Bullet. They loved it. So here are the movies that I watched. Not a lot during the month of July and August, not including some of the things I streamed, which I can't really remember at this point, which is why I'm going to kind of try to keep track. Yeah. Okay, while I'm setting up my background for what I watched, my final, and here, guys, is what I watched, I realized I forgot to also show you the other popcorn bucket of a movie that I watched. I believe it came out in July, right? Deadpool and Wolverine. I wanted the Wolverine bucket. Couldn't get the Wolverine one, but was able to get the Deadpool one. I don't think I showed this in a previous video. Haven't opened it up yet. Head pool, but definitely much better in terms of quality than the Alien Rivalist one. But anyway. Alright guys, so here are my pickups and what I watched in July and August. Well, my pickups for August, my watching from July and August. You get it. Let me know in the comments below, what did you watch during those months? What did you pick up in August? Did you get any of these popcorn buckets? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And until next time, see you guys in the Nerd Cave.